Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Nashtiki. Thank you everyone for joining us in this study of Srimad Bhagavatam. Again, we continue with our study of the pastime of elephant Gajendra. There's no this thing that Krishna consciousness is open for everyone. In Chaitanya Charitamrita we see a dog becoming a devotee, taking Krishna Prasad and dancing and following devotees and attaining Godhead actually. In Mahaprabhu's pastime, Mahaprabhu made what? Deer and lion embrace each other and dance to the holy name. Mahaprabhu was singing and dancing in his travel in India through Jharikanda forest. And we see Mahaprabhu made tiger and deer dance together and in ecstasy all together. Yeah? This is Krishna consciousness and understanding of Krishna. All so-called contradictions can easily recite. There is no contradiction. Actually, one who is blessed, one who understands the science of Krishna, the tattva, the siddhanta, the principle of absolute truth, absolute reality, absolute beauty. There is no contradiction. And in Krishna, easily all contradictions settle, they recite very peacefully. This appears to be contradiction in Krishna's pastime also. It is a khilwad. Khilwad meaning a play of the internal potency of Krishna Yoga Maya to bring more variegatedness and to bring more thrill and charm in those pastimes. And this is why, the Brajvasis don't take Krishna to be God. For them, God is Narayan. And who is Krishna? Krishna is their son, their friend, who needs guidance, who needs help, who needs protection. And we are short of time, otherwise we would have read this shloka 10:8:45. In our time, we can check also in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, where Krishna's pastimes are written. In that 8th chapter, I think the chapter is entitled Universal Form, where Krishna shows universal form to his mother Yashoda, and him and Lord Balram do all their childhood pastimes, playing with the cows, and giving so much of joy to the gopis, elderly gopis. So in this, Sukdev Goswami is saying, another day we can hopefully take more. But what does Sukdev Goswami say, 10:8:45, that the mood of yes, Mother Yashoda. Okay, maybe Natalie, we could request you to read the translation.
The glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are studied through the three Vedas, the Upanishads, the literature of Sankhya Yoga, and other Vaishnava literature. Yet Mother Yashoda considered that Supreme Person her ordinary child.
She never took, the Brajvasis, they never take Krishna to be any significant. The Vedas, the sadhus, the saintly people and all, they glorify and they try too hard to understand Krishna. But for her, Krishna is like, if I don't breastfeed him, if I don't feed him, if I don't give him food, if I don't bathe him, dress him, he is going to go weak, he knows nothing. So this sort of atmiyata, this sort of bonding connection is what we desire in Krishna consciousness. So in Krishna consciousness, when we come into Krishna consciousness, perhaps I can say we all come with a very shaky understanding of the concept of God. We may have no concept as such, we may have a very atheistic concept or no concept, or if at all any concept, it would be a very shaky concept. And then in Krishna consciousness, in the classes we are mugged, we are nicely hammered, or we are nicely, trained, say, in the understanding the concept of God, the absolute truth, the absolute reality. And then in our practice, a stage has to come wherein we are more, we give up this concept of God and we take Krishna as a person and have that sort of personal sentimental relationship. So something on those lines, everything again and again, everything should be under the teachings of Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What Srila Rupa Goswami and other Goswamis gave to us, everything should be in that line, in the lineage, Guru Parampara, in the disciplic succession. And our study, our practice, everything should be in that line only. It is very specific. We have to be very specific. Also, Krishna consciousness practice, actually it is such a practice if we see. Either we are in it or we are not in it. In the sense, either we are Krishna conscious or not. There's nothing like in between. Like they say, the stages or steps in devotional service, the stages, ultimately is what we crave, hanker, desire is Krishna prem. But before Krishna prem, that bhav, a sentimental, transcendental, emotional, longing, hankering, real hankering has to be developed. Before hankering, there has to be strong attachment and incessant remembrance and separation and burning in that fire of separation from Krishna has to be there. Before that, a real interest, a real taste in devotional service. uh, Not pushed by mind, a natural push has to come about in practicing devotional service and a taste. When we develop a taste, we love everything. Wow. We hanker for more japa, we hanker for that. And before that, conviction, one has to be convinced. Before that, one has to be free from unwanted thoughts, things, and everything. And before that, bhajanti, and before that, association of devotees, and before that, faith. So, one needs to have faith in order to associate with devotees, and then in association practice Krishna consciousness, do reading, hearing, chanting, take on the limbs of the practicing of Krishna consciousness, and then one will experience purification, change of heart. Then one will be very convinced, and with conviction he will do. Then a taste will develop, and then we aim for attachment, bhav, and prem. Now, in this human form of life, we must try, literally, we must make every effort to at least come to a stage of attachment. Because if we don't come to that stage, we hardly have made anything. We have hardly covered any distance. Externally to the world may look, wow, you wake up 3:30, you do this, you do that. Yes, someone, those who are living outside of temple with families, wow, you manage family as well, job, work, and all, and practice Krishna consciousness. You are a student, university, and practice Krishna consciousness, all of this. But still, if we have not to now, Padayat Yati Ratim, this is Srimad Bhagavatam message. Shrameva hi kevalam. So if we struggle to develop attachment towards the Lordship, and it's like even though we are doing it, but still our heart has not been fully consumed in it. So we must really try for developing that attachment. And another thing, whenever we say Krishna, we mean Radha Krishna. Never Krishna. Radha Krishna only. Whenever we say Krishna. Our acharyas did bhajan, and it is Radha Krishna only. And Chaitanya Chaitamrita we see what? Radha Krishna ek atma dui dev dhari. Anya anya vilasane rasa swadan kari. So they are one only, Radha Krishna, they are not two. They are one only in Tattva se, but one who have taken two bodies and paraspar for each other, they are enhancing each other's joy altogether. So whenever we say Krishna, we actually mean Radha Krishna. And again, if I may say, I will take this liberty of saying a bit more. Our acharyas, are all Rasikacharyas. And we do this worship of the mood of bhav. And also we worship what? The mood and bhav of gopis. And in that, the Parama Gopi, Srimati Radharani, her mood and bhav. Uh, and Mahaprabhu, so much Krishna, in Swarup, Mahaprabhu is Krishna, but he appeared as God in the Kanti of Srimati Radharani, meaning in the say the body, the fragrance in that hue, color of Srimati Radharani, to experience the mood of Radharani, like how of Radharani. So uh, we aspire to be the servitors, the followers of Srimati Radharani. Gopi Bharto Pada Kamyor Dasa Das. We aspire to be the servant of the gopis, and Mahaprabhu is giving us this gift. This is the highest gift Mahaprabhu is giving us. No other incarnation of Krishna, or Krishna himself as such, never passed out this or indicated it. Of course, in another kalpas and all, Mahaprabhu had appeared also previously, but we couldn't make benefit of it. And this time we have a golden opportunity to become servant of gopis, to really appreciate, admire, become attached and cry for their mood, and announce the gopis, the Parama Gopi Srimati Radharani. This is the gift Mahaprabhu has come to give us. Good thing is, so far we are not attached. We are not attached to Netflix. We are not attached so much heavily to YouTube, Facebook, or any other sports or shopping or things and all. Or we are to some extent a very deep conditioning, but still I think we are not very sold out. We are practicing Krishna consciousness now, so we are not so sold out. So we should make every effort to become attached to the divine purpose. So on this note, with this somewhat prayer, somewhat sincerity, somewhat desire hankering, we continue our study of Srimad Bhagavatam. And today's text is text 33, so we'll see text 33. And read the translation, and then we'll try to get the essence of this chapter. So, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is certainly not known to everyone, but he is very powerful and influential. Therefore, although the serpent of eternal time, which is fearful in force, endlessly chases everyone, ready to swallow him, if one who fears this serpent seeks shelter of the Lord gives him protection, for even death runs away in fear of the Lord. I therefore surrender unto him, the great and powerful Supreme Authority, who is the actual shelter of everyone. वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीर धारी कृपां तमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं नगयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदिनतारिणम् वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Krishna consciousness is the journey so Krishna consciousness is the journey from humiliation to humility. It is actually a journey, this journey only, from humiliation to humility. We all are being humiliated, heavily disturbed in this whirlpools of time, carried away in the material waves of this modes of matter, nature, and ocean. Those not practicing Krishna consciousness, Maya, anyways, someone is asleep, why will Maya wake him or her up? One who is anyways in sleep, Maya has nothing to do, okay, fine. So, and us sadhakas, we are trying to wake up a bit. Hmm. We are trying to wake up. Our half a eye is only open. Of the two eyes, only half a eye is slightly open. Say. So now that we are trying to become a bit alert, awake, aware, say, and all, so then Maya is taking us a bit seriously. So us sadhakas predominantly have this life questions and things, and like depression, humiliation, or something on those who have not yet found the resolve in Krishna consciousness, they also have this question. But them questions, they don't stay in long for them, as in more like lightning. It comes and then again distracted by maybe BBC, distracted by pub quiz, distracted by football, say Bayern Munich versus Liverpool, something like so many distractions, then okay, fine. But us sadhakas, it becomes like a thing for us. And we follow that trail of inquisitiveness. It is good. Human is one who is inquisitive. If one is not inquisitive, inquiring into the real problems of life and finding a solution, merely someone having this, if someone merely having two nose, one eyes, 3 years doesn't make one a human. Na? Like Krishna says, na, rasoham apsu konteya, prabhasmi sasi surya, pranava sarva vedeshu, sabdake paurasamnishu. So we tried to one day understand this, and I kind of like making things complicated, or maybe I end up making things complicated. So let's see if we can make this complicated again. Maybe one day we became a bit complicated. Right? Well, शब्द शब्द के पौरसम ratio. So this is Bhagavad Gita 7.8. Krishna says, I am the ability in man. I think this is what he says. Now, a man is known by his ability, right? So the backing force, the power, or the thing what makes a man is his ability. Actually, tell you what makes a man a man. You know, like this uh, masculine, dominated, say, society, something, or powerful, is one's act of tolerance. Prabhupada wrote many quotes. One of the quote which I personally like uh, is on the lines of this tolerance, that a real powerful person is one who is not who can tolerate, who is not provoked when slightly provoked, say, something on those lines. So real ability in a man is his like ability to be tolerant and to be respectful, and to show what self control. If one has got self control, if one has got discipline, sort of thing. So just having a human body doesn't make one as such a man. It's by this ability. Rasoham apsu konteya. Water without taste. Is it water? Water without taste? It's not water. It won't quench our thirst. It won't satisfy us. The essence of water is what? It's taste. That is the essence of water. That is the cause. Because of taste, water has its significance. Fair to say, right? Because of taste. If water does not quench my thirst and if it does not give me nourishment, what good is it? I might be drinking some fizzy drink, some other drink and all, but if I'm not getting quenched by it, it is not good. Pravasmi sasi suryo. The significance of sun and moon, or their cause, or their charm, is what? The heat and the warmth, the cool. If no heat and no coolness, what is so cool about the moon and sun? That ability in a man. If a man is not able enough, it's not good. So, what is the significance of Krishna? Radharani is the significance of Krishna. And the essence of Krishna Bhakti is servitorship of Srimati Radharani. So, this thing, this ability to inquire, and we see in Bhagavad Gita, all philosophical questions are very nicely settled in Bhagavad Gita. A human being, we should be after the essence, we should be after the real cause. We should be after the what is the sar, what is the essence, what is the subject matter, what is the gist, what is the sum and substance of it. And we should be also understanding the sum and substance of our practice of Krishna consciousness, Krishna Bhakti. If we don't understand it, the sooner we understand it, the much better it is. So, in Krishna says to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, 4 types of people approach him. Who are those 4 types of people? Chaturvida bhajante mam jana sukrituna Arjuna. Artha jigyasur artha jnaninas bharatasava. The 4 types of people who approach Krishna are one who is seeking for wealth, one who is distressed, one who is diseased, distressed, one who is inquisitive, one who is searching knowledge. I think 7:16 Krishna says this. Either 7:16 or 7:17. Bhagavad Gita. And actually we see Gajendra. He is also now going to make an inquiry or call out to Krishna. And then he comes in the category of one who is distressed. These are the 4 categories it mentions, right?
The distress, the desire of wealth, the inquisitive, and he who is searching for knowledge of the absolute is.
The distress, the desire of wealth, the inquisitive, and who is searching for knowledge of the absolute truth. And ultimately, we should be coming for this knowledge of the absolute truth. And knowing Krishna means knowing the heart of Krishna, knowing the desire of Krishna. That thing. And knowing the heart of Krishna means falling in love with Krishna, falling in love with the beauty of Krishna. And whenever we say Krishna, we mean Radha Krishna. We mean Radha Krishna, or more Radha Krishna, or purely Radha. So, this now, Gajendra, he is going to approach very soon, he is going to approach Krishna now, and distressed, is distressed, unable, and he's going. So, this journey of Krishna consciousness is a journey of humiliation to humility. Now, see, if we don't take shelter of Krishna, we will experience humiliation and we will be humbled as well. All of us. Ultimate humility is what? That humbles us, Baba. That humbles us. Doesn't matter, one could be a top-notch boxing player, boxer. One could be a top-notch athlete, sports person, rich person, politician, whosoever. Ultimately, we all have 3 destinations, either consumed by earth, or fire consumes us, or some wild animals consume us. You know? So, whatever appreciation or something, ultimately death humbles us. But that is only for the body, not for the spirit soul. So, if we are awakened, we can bypass that. This human life is meant to escape that. This human life is meant to bypass that. No more dying. If we understand our identity, our potential, our relationship with Krishna. So, out of humiliation, we come into Krishna consciousness. And when we associate with devotees, we learn true humility. And one who is humble, then no humiliation for a humble person. No humiliation for him. And this is a journey, a transformation, a turning point everyone will have to go through. Everyone goes through. Dhruva Maharaj went through, Arjuna went through, everyone goes through this phase of confusion, lack of clarity, something missing, something wrong, and this is good. This is good, but what helps is a friend. If we have a friend, a genuine, wise, spiritual friend, because we have so many inquiries, but then where do we take shelter? Maybe some take shelter in a bit of some drinks, alcohol. Some take shelter in social media or somewhere. Some take shelter in whatever form, in sleeping or shopping, so many such things. But we need not live in a cover up state, and we take shelter in scriptures, we take shelter in sadhus, we take shelter of Shiguru, and we can make our lives sublime. So in here we see this elephant he realized. Look also on this futility of this material world. What? Where was this elephant living? In Trikuta. Beautiful mountain. Beautiful. Such a mountain we don't hear of it in earthly planet. In our planet. What is described here, we don't see it in our planet. The waterfalls, the lakes, the rivers, the birds, the natural beauty, the scenery, everything top class. But what does it mean? Doesn't matter how top class it is. At the end of the day, it is material world only, which means there is danger everywhere. Uh, there is danger everywhere. It is not at all a safe, secure place. So you may be thinking, okay, my life is pretty good, job, family, health, finance, all good relationships and all. But for how long? How long? And we get carried away. The elephant, he was living in this beautiful mountain with his wives and children. So much of honor and pride he had. So much of he had in his own strength, faith and reliability in his own strength, everything. But what happened ultimately? Now he's getting humiliated or humbled by this crocodile. So wherever we live, like Prabhupada, he was asked once somewhere in the West, what the Swamiji, this Krishna consciousness and all you are doing, I'm just a bit rephrasing it myself. Hopefully, I don't lose the message. So, this Swamiji, this Krishna consciousness business that you are doing and all, that's fine. But should you not be doing some food relief or some charitable something in India? Swamiji, the birth rate in India is very high. So, what do you think of that? On should you not work on that? But Prabhupada replied, Prabhupada being Prabhupada, he replied what? That, well, birth rate is same everywhere, is it not? It's 100%. People are dying everywhere. Germany, Europe, America, where not Russia, China, India, everywhere, people are dying. So it doesn't matter. Ultimately, people are dying, and this Krishna consciousness is to save people from death. We are not meant to die. That is not for us. For an awakened person, that has got nothing to do for an awakened person. If we are not awakened, then everything is there for. See, speaking of that, as we were trying to understand yesterday, what a sadhaka is one who never loses sight of that. But then this is something generic across Buddhist, Jain monks, Sikhs, Christian, whatever tradition, whatever faith, whatever path of Christianity, Islam, amongst all. Okay, a practitioner is one who does not lose sight of that. But for a Hare Krishna, for a Vaishnava, a practitioner is one who never loses sight of Hare Krishna. And just on that, like when we did yesterday, we missed it or we didn't clearly express ourselves. Sometimes happens with me. Believe sometimes do happens with me. Sometimes I don't pass on the message so clearly. So what was that? That four personalities or four situations, no? So a sage, saint giving blessing. So what he blesses a prince that may you live forever. Why? Because wow, prince not generally prince considered young, rich, beautiful, and sunset, power, everything. So he's like completely luxurious life. So he engages himself in quite sinful the Krishna conscious state. What's the point in extending? Just quit your body and get into the eternal realm, into the eternal pastime. That is the blessing he gives for a brahmachari. Then for a butcher, what blessing to give a butcher? For a prince, you live forever, you never die. For a brahmachari, a sadhu, a monk, uh, the blessing given is what? May you die just now. And for a butcher, neither death nor live. May you not die and may you not live as well. Your living is like it's a very heinous life. Butcher's life is a very heavy life. Killing animals unnaturally, unnecessarily. The other day, Mr. BBC was reporting that it came actually bona fide source BBC was saying what, believe it or not, in South Korea the plan or law apparently has been passed or strongly recommended that in 3 years dog meat will be banned. Sale of dog meat will be banned. Very good. In 3 years in South Korea. Wow. It's a revolution, isn't it? It's like, but the society is slightly divided, or as they say, elderly people are more not happy with this plan because we've been so used to this, and how come you are infringing or coming into our rights and all? Then the many restaurants and owners are not happy. Farm owners and restaurants, why? Because this is our source of income. You are taking away our livelihood and all. Uh, but those who are in favor of this move, they say that recently, in last 10 years or something, more dogs are welcomed in the house of people as pet, and they are realizing, oh no, no, it's not good. It's our pet dog. It's not for the plate or something like that. Hopefully, one day they will understand it's not just dog meat. It's for every animal. We don't have a right. If we are children and creatures of God, created by God, and we have a higher responsibility, a higher authority, we should look after God's creation by looking after environment, plants, and animals who are subordinate to us, not by killing them. So, this thing, for a butcher, very heavy life. So butcher, the blessing is given. You neither you live nor you die, because if you live, you're creating havoc. You're creating suffering only. If you die also, wow, heavy karma for you. And for a devotee. Devotee means what? A pure lover of Krishna. For a devotee, a pure lover of Krishna, it doesn't matter you die or you live. You've got only one business. What? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. For a devotee, he has got only one business: chant Hare Krishna, go out in the streets, hassle people, get their money, stick a book in their face. That's the job of a devotee. He's got only this thing. So, Gajendra, he's approaching out of distress. He realized this material world, even though he's living in the posh, say, planet, in the posh mountain, everything posh for him. But look, this is time and being captured by the crocodile. Also, if we skim through these translations, this is what we do. But if we see, like it shows now, see one of the message, not one of the message. The message of Bhagavad Gita is to be in your limit. The message of overall Krishna consciousness, one vision I think of seeing it is be in your limit, understand your position, be in your limit. I say this in Hindi, and in Hindi it comes as very strong. Sometimes you happen to travel to India, which you should be traveling to, and not for India, but going to Vrindavan, Mayapur. And throughout, don't try to say this to an Indian, it might upset Indians, although they don't get so easily upset or offended. Say, what अपनी औकात में रहो, अपनी औकात समझो, अपनी औकात में रहो. This is like telling someone, in this औकात is a very strong word in Hindi. I don't know the better English equivalent of it. Like to me, it comes as be in your limit, understand your limit, or be in your position. But I don't think so. It comes across as any strong, and I don't think so. In UK, people speak it like this, speak like this. Be in your limit or understand your position. And I don't think so. Do people say in UK, do you know who you are or do you know who I am? Maybe. So the message of Krishna consciousness is what? Krishna is telling us, do you know who I am? And Krishna is telling us, do you know who you are? So you be who you are and let me be who I am. Be in your limit, be in your position. That is the message of Krishna consciousness. We understand who we are servitors of God, we are lovers of Krishna. And the more freedom we give to Krishna, the more relish we will enjoy actually in life. We'll relish lifetime. So this Gajendra is realizing that even though he's living in a very perfect environment, perfect place, perfect mountain, perfect setting, everything, but we all have got our days numbered. Gajendra realizes this, and misery is just around the corner. Like material lifestyle, material happiness and stress, they have a relationship of shadow and substance. Like we are always followed by our shadow, right? Wherever we go, we are followed by. So likewise, stress is following us, distress is following us, and if we are in distress, then happiness is following us. That's the duality. Sometimes failure is following us, sometimes success. If we are experiencing success, then failure is following us. If we are experiencing failure, then success is following us. But we are being followed constantly by this duality. And Krishna consciousness practice teaches us how to come out of this duality. We have to come out of this duality in order to experience a level of attachment in Krishna. And also in order to experience a level of taste in Krishna consciousness, we definitely have to come out of this duality. So, message being again, even though how beautiful the world seems to be, this Trikuta mountain, everything, and wherever we live, uh, wherever UK, France, Germany, Brazil, India, wherever, and it's all relative. No? It's all relative. Uh, who is rich, who is poor, depends what is the definition now, or sort of it's all very relative. It's nothing on the absolute platform side. So we need not get any carried away. The elephant here got carried away. Pride took the better side of him. Lust took the better side of him. Also, the elephant, it says in the translation and all, the elephant this war went on between the elephant and the crocodile for 1,000 years. And as the war was progressing, the elephant was losing hope. He was losing hope. Elephant is a creature of land. Crocodile is a creature of water. This war happened in the water. All the other female elephants and the young elephants and all help came to the rescue but couldn't save, couldn't help. And as time was progressing, the elephant was losing his stamina, physical, more so physical, mental. He was losing its grip. And as time was progressing, the crocodile, he was getting enthused. Physically also, he was very stable. He was the creature of land. It was his territory, his area. And mentally, he was getting more enthused. And that is us, like the crocodile caught the feet of the elephant, right? Caught the leg of the elephant. And they say what? That starts from the leg. It's more of a, I don't know the English, like elaborate metaphor, what we say, like a symbolic or sort of thing. That okay, from the leg it creeps up, creeps up. So like from a child age, children age, a bit of a youth, adolescence, then youth, all this like age we go through maturity and all, and then coming closer to that, coming closer to that. This was happening with the elephant. Speaking of that, on this cheerful note of that, there's a small story saying actually a Tibetan Buddhist Tibetan practitioners, monks, someone's doing like that. That is common ground where all religions, faith practitioners shake hands. Where do we shake hand? We are in a consensus when it comes to that, when it comes to this materialistic society, lust, greed, anger. But when it comes to the concept of God, we have our some divergences there. When it comes to the understanding of God, we have divergences there. When it comes to the purpose of human form of life, somewhere there is consensus, but then if we go a bit deep, there is good divergence. So, once upon a time, so it happened what? What is the food of eagle or owl?
Vermin.
What did you say?
Vermin, like mice, rats, wolves.
Okay.
Eagles eat lambs as well.
Do they eat snakes?
Some eagles eat snakes.
Okay, so let's settle with eagle. Some eagles eat snakes. So once upon a time, it so happened some eagles they found a snake. They saw a snake, and two eagles they captured two snakes, one each. And now, as they were going to eat the snake, what is the food of snake?
Small animals.
Like mice. Okay, let's settle with mice then. So, mice being the food of snake. Now, take this. Eagles, they are flying. That with effects and sound effects and things. But eagle, they are coming, say, come down, and they take two snakes, one each. And see the emotion sort of like, there's a reality I find strong, definitely. But the eagles are excited. Oh, snake, come on. They jump onto the snake and they take the snake. Yeah? And the snakes are shaking now. Wow, we are gone. Our time is up. How do we save our fear? You know, more than death is the fear of death. It is this fear which has to go away from us. And that is the practice of Krishna consciousness. As we were trying to understand yesterday, if I don't have the fear of death, I don't have any fear. Nothing. I may have mortgage to pay, I may have some debts, I may have poor health, I may have this and that. But if I don't have the fear of dying, what have I got to lose? Then I'm a winner. And this fear of death or fear of anything is why? Because of again attachments. And attachments, when we mean material attachments. When we say material attachments, we mean ignorance. All material attachments can be lumped in one word: ignorance. It's all down to avidya, ignorance. And this material attachments and ignorance, the basis, the foundation of it is bodily identity. I am this body, I am this identity, I am this personality. Even though theoretically we may say, oh yes, I am Indian, but I'm actually not Indian, I'm not this body, spirit, soul. But the way we act, we live, we work out. So, because of this bodily identity, then I consider I'm a male, she's a female. Uh, I need to look after her, provide for her, is that so many such things and all. And then with this bodily identity, we come into a mentality of hoarding, collecting. All of this cycle then comes about. So the eagles they capture two snakes. Hmm. And eagles now, wow, relishing, we got food. Wow, we'll enjoy now. And the snake frightened, frightened. Now see, they are in the grip of death. They're in the hands of death, proper all together. And they've seen death. Death is just moments away from them. And what do snakes see at this time? They see what? Mice. Rats. And the emotional snake goes, oh wow, mice, rats. And the snakes jump into that mice and rat. And they take the mice and rat. And the mice and rat are fearful of death. It is this strong, this fear of death altogether. So the mice and rat, they are completely in fear of death, taken away by this by the snakes. Huh? Now, such a thing, even though the this snakes, even though they are to be consumed by the eagle, but they are relishing some form of what? Sense gratification. They are relishing some form of sense gratification that I have dominion over this mice. I will have this mice, even though they are there. And the mice knows that the snake is under the grip of eagle, is about to die. But the mice is so overwhelmed by the fear of death that he's, even though seeing that the snake will be taken by the eagle, but the mice is shaking. So the snake in the hands of that, but still overpowered by sense enjoyment. And the mice overwhelmed by fear. These are the emotions we also go through, don't we know? Either we are overpowered by sense gratification or overwhelmed by fear heavily. And it is this New Year, things like this and all, they again and again and come and remind of this only to us. Like in New Year's time and other such occasions, people get carried away by sense gratification, overpowered by sense gratification for a cheap amount of sense gratification. Whatever the sources or the agents or the mediums of sense gratification in society, a question: how long and how much? In substance, if one can define how much sense gratification we get from watching a movie or a football game, going for a walk, picnic, or holiday, how much and how long? Shopping, dress, buying, how much sense gratification we get out of it and for how long? You know, then some sayings on related to wedding in India for the groom and the bride. I won't go into it, and it's a bit in Hindi and translation will be too much for me. But if we see this, uh, the groom and the bride on the day of marriage, they are the center of attraction. The groom should be the well dressed, the most handsomely dressed that day. The girl should be the most beautifully dressed that day, expensive dress and everything is for the center and everything is for like all eyes on them. But next day, game over sort of. Next month, some of their friends could be getting married, and then so replaceable everything. How long was our glory? No, 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 no. But look here, this Gajendra, his glory is mentioned in. We are reading, we are relishing out of it. Generations to come is going to read and relish. Generations gone have read and relished. The glory of Arjuna is eternal because they are in completely in touch with Krishna. So one who comes in contact with Krishna, his glory is eternal. Unless in contact with Krishna, we have a very short-lived glory. So this snake is overpowered by sense gratification. We are in the grip of death, but it's okay, Netflix. We are in the grip of death, it's okay. Uh, this is holiday time. We can drink a bit, we can do this, we can do that sort of. Na? So much we get carried away. And we unnecessarily fear also. We get then overwhelmed by fear. So much of clutter we are carrying in our head. Why? Because we do not have a friend. We do not have a spiritual friend. We do not have a wise friend in our life. Again, I say, holy name is one thing. Holy name is ultimate. Yeah. Books, having books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam is ultimate. Having deities, ultimate. Getting to have sacred Krishna Prasad offer and have ultimate. But deities will never come out of the altar as such and hold our hand or slap on the wrist. They won't come out of the altar and slap us on the wrist that no, you should do like this or you shouldn't do like this. The holy name is never going to come to us. Yeah, Krishna is Paramatma, as a super soul within our heart. He is speaking to us, giving us messages. How much open we are, that is one thing. But practicing, not practicing, Krishna is speaking with everyone as Paramatma within the heart. And it's not that only devotees listen, anyone listens with a bit open sense. But that is not real good enough. Holy name is also indirect mercy, not direct mercy. Deity is merciful, but indirect. Gajendra pastime is also very merciful because it is helping us shape up our mind, attitude, vision, purpose in life. But still, it is a bit indirect. What is direct is having a direct personal association of a devotee. That is direct mercy. Someone who is physically there, or someone who is presently present. That is why, and this is why human life is meant to inquire into the existence of God. Fine, but when we start on with Krishna conscious journey, then a devotee life is meant into inquire into the search into the availability of a pure devotee of. In that respect, even Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, he's personally present okay through his books, but he will never come out of his books and again slap us on the wrist. No? He's present in the temple in his deity form. And he's present most of all his disciples, his direct disciples. Likewise, us also, we need to find our Prabhupada in our life. We need to find the spiritual master. And that is the Vedic Parampara, the Guru Parampara, written in Srimad Bhagavatam throughout. And when we find a personality with whom we can connect at a heart level, heart to heart level, then Krishna consciousness really opens up to us. It is not a platform to be on the sentiment level, and it need not be like this that we are carrying throughout 5 years, 10 years, 20 years and struggling with Maya or anarthas and this and that. Many times it may happen. We are low, the other devotees also a bit low, oh fine, it's okay. It should not be like that, it should not be like Prabhupada was once asked, How long it takes to be Krishna conscious? For what second? A second, a moment. You surrender, you desire, you surrender. You let Krishna do his magic. So it is the fruit of all this japa, reading, hearing, chanting services we do is to come in touch with the pure devotee of the Lord, to understand the pure devotee of the Lord, to be in some relationship, to seek shelter of a pure devotee of the Lord, meaning to take initiation, to come to the point of taking initiation. That is the fruit of all the sadhana bhakti. And then the fruit of Guru Bhakti. The fruit of Guru Bhakti is what? Krishna Prem Bhakti, attainment of the love of Krishna, pure love of God. Okay? So far any thoughts, questions, comments, or any clarifications?
Would you be saying that without having a spiritual master in your life, you're not going to experience Krishna consciousness?
One can experience Krishna consciousness without, in this form, practicing Krishna consciousness. It's not like a homeless person or a person in a posh area in London doesn't experience that sort of Krishna consciousness, of course. No? But then it is not a very direct experience or something like, yes, we can kind of see Krishna in the light of Shastra, in the light of as he is. That sort of thing. Okay, yes, many people say, no, universe is talking to me, or gut feeling, or inspiration, and then I was going through this phase in my life, and suddenly I needed a job, or I had 943 pounds of debt to pay, and I received exactly 943 pounds. So Krishna is helping everyone, or Krishna is speaking to everyone. Krishna is doing the best for everyone, purification through whichever manner and all, it is all for purification. But ultimately coming to this point of absolute knowledge or seeking that knowledge. So the question being, if someone does not have a spiritual master, or if someone is not inquiring for a spiritual master, can he not have a Krishna conscious experience? He can have a Krishna conscious experience, but it won't be a wholesome Krishna conscious experience. Or what the Vedas or the scriptures tell us actually, that for us, like we are a bit commoners, right? We are not rare. We are not rare souls. There have been some odd rare souls who have attained Krishna, say without even a spiritual master. Like we can check actually Srimad Bhagavatam beautiful 6.1.15. Sukdev Goswami says to Parikshit Maharaj, Kechit kevalaya bhaktya na 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 6.1.15. What is it? Kechit kevalaya bhaktya Vasudeva Parayana. Yes. Agam Dunvanti Katsneya Iharam Iva Bhaspata. Very nice. Okay. Thank you for saving us. And then read the translation. Kechit Kevalayavatra. What is the translation? A rare soul. Kechit is a rare.
Only a rare person who has adopted complete, unalloyed devotional service to Krishna can uproot the weeds of sinful actions with no possibility that they will revive. He can do this simply by discharging devotional service, just as the sun can immediately dissipate fog by its rays.
So can a person without spiritual master experience Krishna consciousness? Yes. But a wholesome degree. But what is Sukdev Goswami is telling? Only a rare person. So just to think that, okay, yes, I am that rare, and we are putting ourselves in a very dangerous spot and position. Now the next verse, the verse after this. The next one, 6.1.16, what? How does it start? नातताहि भगवान राजन पूयिता तप आदि भी यत् कृष्णार्पिता प्राणस तत्पुरुषेव निसेवया. Now this is for us ultimate instruction. If one instruction to be taken from Srimad Bhagavatam, this actually we'll see there are many places in Srimad Bhagavatam wherein if we break it in chunks, we see the whole of Krishna consciousness beautifully captured. Like I was saying now, it was like a very Krishna inspired thing. What we were thinking, okay, maybe we studied Gajendra Pastime. And what? Before going into day one, we were having lunch, and one devotee said, right, that if you see, the second chapter is Gajendra's crisis, third is his prayers, and fourth is he goes to Godhead. So the whole Krishna consciousness captured in these three chapters, only we see it begins with crisis. Once upon a time, everything was hunky dory, and then suddenly, some crisis, some situation. What do? You pray, you take shelter, complete shelter, and what do you get? You get water. So, in various phases and chunks, we see this, and this is in here as well. In this 16th or first chapter, first 16 shlokas and all. So, what is the translation, Alan? 16 number.
My dear King, if a sinful person engages in the service of a bona fide devotee of the Lord and thus learns how to dedicate his life unto the lotus feet of Krishna, he can be completely purified. One cannot be purified merely by undergoing austerity, penance, brahmacharya, and the other methods of atonement I have previously described.
Doesn't matter how much one may boast or think I've been brahmachari for 20 years, 30 years and still going on. And I've been so austere, doing the weekend fasting, this fasting, that fasting, or my diet is like this, I sleep less, I talk less, and it doesn't matter. Surely with all of this purification comes, but still it is not good enough for us to become fully attached to Krishna or experience of wholesome Krishna consciousness. To get into this culture of Krishna consciousness, Bhagavad culture, this is what na, believe it or not, admittedly we are a bit sinful. Believe it or not, we all have a bit of a colorful past even in this life itself. So for us the best is searching into a pure devotee of God, taking shelter of a bona fide spiritual master, and once we take shelter, we'll see immense mysticism happening in our practice of Krishna consciousness. So does this somewhat answer your question, Ananda?
It does somewhat, yes. But I'm interested, in the receiving like a initiation from a spiritual master. This is this is an essential part of your Krishna conscious journey. And so, does that just happen from the mercy of a devotee, or do you earn this by doing your service, or how does it come about? Can you make it come about by searching for it, or is it out of a person's hands?
Yeah, no, it's a very good question. It is not out of a person's hand. Certainly, we have active role to play. We have participation. Our participation, lies in where? Prayers, in praying fervently to the deities. When we pray to Krishna, and Krishna sends his representative. Then our participation lies where? Service, having a good attitude, a good mood, living in the community, serving devotees. Then we get Vaishnava's blessings and their mercy. And we get more hope, we get more clarity, vision. When we study scripture, especially nectar of instruction, one should study very nicely. Rupa Goswami encourages us in nectar of instruction for initiation and furthermore on these lines and all. So we have an active role to play, that a desire of all. Like this initiation is such a sublime event, no? That we belong to someone and the joy of giving to someone. Child relishes so much what? When mother or father picks the child up and throws the child in there. Child is having a fun. Wow. Someone throw me in the air and I come down and I know someone is there going to hold me, is going to catch me. And the child is very proud. Very proud. Look, I'm going there. You're there. This joy of one of the highest joy in life, call it material or spiritual, is belonging to someone. Belonging to someone. An employer finds a real joy, I belong to this company. Uh, Citizens of certain countries, nowadays so much of country conflict, even before also, uh, that I belong to this country, I belong to this nation. Then what? Husband takes joy, she's my wife, wife takes pride, and he's my husband, children and parents, okay, there. So this joy of belonging to someone. We, see, it will be, there's a big gap. Oh, I'm fully surrendered. I'm surrendered to the deities, I'm surrendered to the books, I'm surrendered to the process, I'm surrendered to chanting, and I'm surrendered to prasadam as well. But if we don't surrender personally to a pure devotee, to a person, then what? We will be taken over by our mind. Surely. Because again and again I say, deities will never come out. We are not that rare that deities will come out and snap us on the wrist. The holy name is never going to come out and wake me up. Hey, get up, you are sleeping in Japan. The books will never come out. No, no, the ascetics meaning is this. It is only a live person. And we need role model, na? We need an inspiration. How do we understand how to practice pure devotional service if we don't have a live inspiration in front of us? If I don't see a pure devotee in front of me, how can I become a pure devotee? That bit, now it comes with desire, it comes with time. It can be gradual, it can be slow or fast depending on association. How association I'm taking, whose association I'm taking. It depends on that. And especially when we study Bhagavatam under the vision of Mahaprabhu, it need not be a long process. And we cannot afford to make it any long process. Mahaprabhu is going to make us hungry. So if we are hungry, we seek, we pray, we desire. Krishna does that arrangement, that facility. If we are sincere, help is round the corner. Arjuna was sincere, Krishna helped. Yoga, like that we see now Gajendra, and Krishna is going to help Gajendra. So when we are sincere and when we pray, you know how my Guru Maharaj shares this thing and I loved it. And I'm trying to say in English actually. Have we ever heard that a father is born? What do we hear? A child is born, right? Baby is born. We never hear that, okay, father has taken birth. Do all we hear is child has taken birth. Child is born. So take this, na? Say hospital setting, go hospital, okay, we know the baby is going to take birth soon and the baby takes birth, cries out. And what? The nurse comes out. Nurse comes out with the baby. I don't know how it works in UK, say, but a bit of us. Okay? The nurse comes out with the baby and child. And the nurse says, okay, boy or girl is born, congratulations. Who's the father? Now, in the hospital, in the ward, there, the child's father will be there, say, grandfather, uncle, some other men will be there. But not everyone is the father. Father is one only. And whosoever is the father, he will come forward. Once the child is born, the father himself will come forward. Likewise, once we born in Krishna consciousness, born meaning once we desire, once we are craving, we are praying, we are sincere. We cannot be fully sincere, we cannot be fully desirous. But if we have got some bit of desire, in good association, we appreciate association more. The physical personality, the presence of a devotee. And once we are born, whosoever is the father will come into life. Krishna will send the father. And it is both ways, but the initiative has to be from our side. Although when we see it is such a loop, we find when Krishna is only taking initiative, he is doing everything. But just a slight initiative has to be from our side. Rest the stage is all set. Everything is set. In this Yudhana of war of Mahabharata, Krishna, Arjuna, and this fight, so many challenges, so many things. Without Krishna's intervention, the Pandavas could never have managed to win this war. Likewise for us, life is complete roller coaster. But we don't engage Krishna to make life smooth. That is not as such our agenda. We engage Krishna so that we can love Him. Does this somewhat answer your question? Okay, so finally take this somewhat, we try to understand this chapter and we steam through it sort of. And physical thing is one thing. Physically, the elephant was very strong, but it is a fact. What is the fact? Subtle rules over the cross. Subtle always rules over the cross. So physically, he was very strong, but mentally, at a point came, he was training out mentally. And he was training out physically as well. What we need is to be mentally strong or spiritually strong. Inner strong, strong in our conviction, getting a real taste on those lines. So, not on external, internal. And Krishna consciousness is a proper internal shift in our consciousness, internal shift in our heart, internal thing. Just one last shloka I would like to read, please. So,
We just need to make sure there's some pressure for
Yeah.
Jayananda.
Sure. So
Asked
this-
asked me to do that for him.
Sure.
Excuse me, I'll get it back.
it's 2, 3, 12. You can read the translation. I think it somehow fits in with our today's discussion. 2, 3, 12. And very soon we'll give you please read.
Transcendental knowledge in relation with the Supreme Lord Hari is knowledge resulting in the complete suspension of the waves and whirlpools of the material modes. Such knowledge is self-satisfying due to its being free from material attachment. And being transcendental is the fruit by authority. Who could fail to be attracted?
Yeah, so we all are heavily stuck in this whirlpools of material life, caught up in time. Na? Ours is a race against time, actually. It is a race against time. But everyone is serving the cause of Krishna. Even time has taken shelter of Krishna, everyone. So if we take shelter of Krishna, then Maya is serving the cause of Krishna. Time is serving the cause of Krishna. Karma is serving the cause of Krishna. Everyone. If I realize that I'm meant to the events of Krishna, and I will realize this when I come across a realized devotee. When I see a realized devotee who is living the scriptures, who is loving and serving Krishna, and it's not at all an external thing. Of course, external as well. The external practice everything, and in Krishna consciousness, external and internal is the same. We have to come to that platform where in external and internal it's all the same. The means and the end in Krishna consciousness is no different. Even now we are chanting Hare Krishna, a pure devotee also chants Hare Krishna. But it's just bringing that consciousness into it, bringing that heart into it. So thank you very much for your kind attention, patience, and encouragement. We'll leave it here for today. Willingly or unwillingly, we have to leave it here, respecting time. And we pray that we can continue tomorrow. We try to move to the next chapter, and again, our study is a bit poor, and we are skimming through, and we tolerate and continue blessing us. Prantara Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitya Gaur Premanande.
Just praise Ananda Vigraha, Prabhu Ki.
Yeah.